Hi everyone, meet Emma, a high school student who loves playing 2D platformer games. She is eager to create her own game but needs help designing 2D game characters. Let's help her out in creating 2D game characters using various shapes and instructions in p5.js editor. We are going to use a famous game. The character we will be creating is known as Steve and is from the game called Minecraft. So let's get started. First, we will open p5.js editor where we will find this default code written, and we can either change our file name, that's absolutely our choice, but since we are making Minecraft character, that's why I have written my file name like that. Now, first important thing is that we should know what is the canvas size. I have kept it 400 only. The change that I'm going to make is in the background color. I would like to make my background color as light green. Now you have two options. Either you can write in the apostrophes here as light green, or you can go search for the RGB color arrangement of light green color and can use it as a background. So it will be 200, 255 and 200. To check the output, we will hit the play button. Because this is an online editor, sometimes it may take some seconds to show you the output, but don't worry, it will eventually be here. For making the character, we are first writing and creating here a comment which is creating a circle. I would like to see my character and highlight it within a circle. So for making a circle, I am using a circle command. It contains three parts in it. Number one is X, number two, Y, number three is the diameter. X and Y are the center of the circle. So since my canvas size is 400, therefore as the center of the circle, I am keeping X and Y value as 200. Because my character is going to be inside the circle, therefore I am keeping the diameter as a bigger dimension of 350. Here you can see I have created a circle. By default, it is off-white color, but definitely at some point of time, if I want my shape to be in some color, I can write the color code off-white, which is 255, 255, 255, or simply in the apostrophes I can write white. But you can see here I still have this black outline which I would like to remove. So for removing any borderline, I am going to use no stroke, which means no outline, and you can have your border color and white color blended. It will look blend here. That's how I have created my circle. Now next step is that I would like to create the hair of my character. I am starting from top to bottom. So I am drawing or creating, Steve is the name of my character, Steve's hair. If we have seen Minecraft, the character's look is very cool. So I'm going to create Steve's hair with the help of a rectangle. So I'm going to use rect instruction. As a quick review, rect instruction contains 4 parameters in it: x, y, width and height. X, y are the starting point of the shape, that is rectangle that you are using. How much width and how much height do you want? Those are the other parameters of creating a rectangle. I am keeping the x position of the rectangle same as my circle. I am keeping my y as 150. I am keeping my width a little longer, so 150 that, and my height will be a little shorter, so I am keeping it 70. Because it is the hair color, therefore I am making a room here using fill command to ensure a brown color hair for Steve. Therefore, either I can write in the apostrophes brown, or if I know the RGB color code for brown color, I can write that. In the same line, in the comment, I am also mentioning that which particular color code I am using, which becomes easier for you to understand. That's how it looks. Now, sometimes we might get a little confused with the coordinates value, and we want this rectangle to be at the center of the circle, but we are not able to figure out what exact values should be there. Therefore, rect instruction or a command also gives us one more instruction, which is rect mode, which ensures us to have the center of the rectangle, because we are talking about a canvas which is 400 and I would like to keep my Steve character at the center of the circle. So rect mode, it is used with center as input before the rect command so that I can have this rectangle at the center. So what parameter I need to insert in this round brackets? It's just center. And see the beauty of this instruction, it automatically takes your rectangle at the center. So even if you are confused with the coordinates, don't worry. This particular instruction is going to help you out with that. Hair is done. Now I am going to make the body, the face and the neck, sorry. So for face and neck. For face and neck, again, I am going to use two rectangles with the skin color. So I will be telling you what is the color code for skin color. Before that, I am going to make a rectangle. I am taking the X value as 200 only. Y value I am taking 220, slightly towards the right side. And then width as 130 and height as 110. This is for my face. So my face is gonna look like that, something like that, but I need to pass something in fill. So skin color is 240, 200, 150, because it is difficult in English language for coding language to write skin color. So it's a good option to remember skin color code of RGB color arrangement. Look how perfect it is looking. So sometimes, knowing the right color combination code of RGB arrangement is a bingo. Same color neck we would like to make. So I am taking one more rectangle and I'm slightly changing only the Y value because I want my neck below the face. That's why my starting position is going to be 200 only. That's the center value. But my Y position is going to be slightly lower, 50 pixels more than this. That's how you can make a little bit of calculation to understand the X and Y value of different rectangles that you are using. That's how the things becomes easier. Otherwise, it is going to take a lot of time in calculating the coordinates value. And this is how you can see. Neck, of course, I would like to keep very thin. That's why I have taken it equal with breadth and height both. But there is also one solution at some point of time if you want that I am not very sure with what X and Y value I should put. So this instruction that I am writing at line number 7 is going to be a savior for you. This helps you to figure out where your mouse pointer is currently pointing. So if you want this position here, you want your neck to be here, it is going to tell you the value in the console area. So you can get a rough idea about that particular coordinate value. After writing those value, you can adjust a little bit. So if you are completely blank about the coordinate value, this instruction is definitely going to be very, very useful. After making my neck, I am going to make the eye. Now for the eye, I am going to draw square shaped eyes which are going to be placed symmetrical over towards the center. Now my center is 200. If I want my left eye to be placed, I am going to reduce 30 pixels in that. That will be 170 X value. And when I am going to place my right eye, 30 pixels I am adding into it to make the right eye. That will be 230. That's how I am calculating and making my rectangles. When I am making a square, I can use my rect instruction only to make a square as well. How that can be, X and Y coordinate value will be the same, and then I can use one value only which determines the side, and it will create, the four sides equal. So I do not need a square instruction to draw a square. My rect is going to work in the same way. Let's see how it is going to work. So for the left eye, I am going to make the value as 170, 200 because I want it to the center, and 30. Small eyes I am making, and the color of the eye that I am making on this face is going to be white for both of the eyes. So I am using a fill instruction, and I can simply use 255 also, which marks the color white, and I am copying and pasting this same value with a little bit of change in the X position, 230. Let's see how is it working. Okay, you can see there is the left square which is already there. I wrote a wrong value here, and we have two simple great eyes of the character here. For the reference, I'm going to write here left eye, and here a comment as right eye to make my code even easier. That's how I made the eyes. Now I would like to make my eyeballs, okay, because I of course want my eyes to look like a proper eye for the character. So for that, first I want a black color for the eyeball. Black is 0, 0, 0. So I can either write 0, comma 0, comma 0, or I can simply write a 0. That will work for me. Now I would like to take two rectangle instructions again. Both of these rectangle instruction helps me to make the eyeball for both of the eyes. What is going to be changed here? I am going to keep this value same. Y value is going to be same. In this, I am just going to increase 5 pixels more. See this. 175, 200 is same, and my eye size is 30. So eyeball is going to be smaller than that. I am making it half. That is 15. Here also, my right eye X value was 230. I am going to make it a little less, 5 pixels less here. Y is going to be same. My side is going to be same. And ta-da! You can see how beautiful eyes are looking, and that's why here I added 5 pixels and here I made less 5 pixels so that I can have eyeballs on the same direction towards like that. So that's how I made the eyeball. Now I am not going to make the nose here. I am directly going to make the smile, and for the smile I am going to use the shape which is an ellipse. So ellipse is a very simple command. It helps you to make oval shapes in p5.js. So this is going to be white in color because earlier I have used fill black. If I am not going to make change in the color, it is going to make my smile also as black only. So here I am going to write 255, and for the ellipse again I am going to write 4 coordinates value. X and Y are the same. So 200 is the center. That's why I am taking 200 as the X value most of the time. And I am going to make the width more than the curves because ellipse is curved, and this is how the smile is. So you can see the curve side is 20 and the width which I am taking here is 55. That's how the smile is being made as well. Now let's add the body. Here I would like to add a t-shirt and 2 hands. That's what I want to add here. So let's add the comment first. Add body with blue t-shirt. All right. Here for the light blue color, either I can write here light blue without any gap. That's going to work. Okay. So here I can keep this way, or for the color code, if I would like to know, it is 173, 216 and 230. This is the color code for light blue. So you can go either way. Some of the color code is easier to remember actually. Now here I am writing rect, and I would like to again make it from the center point. So my X position is 200. My y is 330 because I want to go down here. So 330 here, and width is going to be 90 and height is going to be 70. Why? Because I want my t-shirt to be till here only, not more wider than my face. And see, that's how it is looking. Though if I would like to give a little bit of space between my neck and my t-shirt, I can increase a little bit of pixels. I can make the y value a little down, and that's how I can make a difference. So this is looking pretty much better than the previous one. So that's how we can change it. Now once we are done with the t-shirt, now we have to create the hands. Creating hands is also going to have a beauty because half of the hand is going to be skin color. We are going to make Steve wear a half t-shirt. So half hands will be light blue and half will be 3/4 will be skin colored. So let's get started. First we are going to talk about the left arm or left hand basically. Let's take a rectangle. Let's first make it. And because it is on left, so center is 200 here. All the values which are on the left will be less than 200. So here I am keeping my x value as 140. I am keeping, because 330 was somewhere this, I am keeping it 310. Let's try 310 as a value. 20 is the width and height is going to be more. That's how does it look. All right, so I am finding my 310 value a little smaller. So let's see how 320 will work like. Is it coming? No, 320 is too much down. Let's make it 315 and see. Okay, perfect. 315 is going good and my half of the hand is done. That's how I am going to make the right side as well. Also, at this point of time, I can take one more rectangle instruction, copy and paste and make the other half of my hand with a different color altogether. Okay, so right now this is light blue. If I would like to make the other half of the hand in skin color, so I am going to take the skin color value from here and fill it in here. What change do I have to make? Because the rest of the values will remain same. Only I have to make the change here in the Y position because I want my rest of the hand down there. So I have written 315 here. Let's write here 345 and let's see how is it looking. Oh, it's going very perfect. Only let's add 5 more pixels. Oh, nice. Even I can make it a little less there to make it exact. I think 46. Let's try 346. How does it look? Okay, nice. And length I can increase here. Let's make it 50. Oh, perfect. It's looking quite nice, but at this point of time, I think if I can increase the gap a little bit, it will look even more better. So let's make it 350 only and see how is it going. Okay, let's make this as 45. All right, I feel the hand is looking pretty good. Similarly, the way I have made the left hand, I am going to make the right hand as well. So I am going to take a rect instruction and I am going to take the values as 140, x position. In fact, x position I am going to change here. It is going to be 260. Let's try 260. Rest of the values I am going to keep as same. This one. So I'm keeping the right hand also same as the left hand, and that's how this is. Only I need to just change the color. So let's take the light blue color and here we go. So when I will run this, this is exactly the same. Let's take the skin color and this value copied and pasted here. It makes us do the things quickly. Okay, here my x value is definitely going to be same as my left hand. So by adding these values, I have created the skin color part of the character as well, and we are ready with our Steve. So you can see by knowing the coordinate values and the correct instructions, how easily we can create the character. If you need more pixelated image, just like a real Minecraft character, then you can add more number of squares with different colors. I hope you enjoyed the video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel for more videos like that. Thank you.